Hey guys, how is it going? Welcome back to another video on Injustice 2 Mobile. Alright guys, this is going to be an important video because I am going to share with you 5 tips on how to improve your account in Injustice 2 Mobile. Alright guys, so if you are a complete beginner or an intermediate player facing issues in order to progress or improve your account, then I think you should watch these 5 tips till the end, and I'm pretty sure about it that you will be thanking me at the end of the video. Alright guys, so before we proceed into the video, I just wanted to let you know that if you are new to the channel and if you are watching this video for the first time, I would like to ask you to please subscribe to the channel and click on the bell notification for further updates on videos just like this. Alright guys, so let's proceed with tip number 1. Now tip number 1 might sound a little easy and a little simple, but believe me, it's going to help you out in the long run. All right, guys. So the tip number 1 is going to be complete all the daily objectives. Now, there is a bigger picture over here when we talk about completing the daily objectives. Now, the bigger picture is that in order to complete these daily objectives, you need to play almost all the game modes. You need to play campaign, both normal and heroic. You need to play arena, you need to play the resource mission, you need to play champions arena, you need to play solo raids, okay, and you also need to play the resource missions. So it in all gets all the game modes together in one place, and in order to complete the daily objective, you would have to play all the game modes almost, except for the versus challenge, and you need to log in, you need to complete the operations as well, open a couple of chests, not exactly the one that you need to spend the gems on. You can also go and open the basic chests. That is fine. All right guys, now what will happen over here is that when you complete all the daily objectives, eventually you're going to have to play all the game modes. Eventually it will give you more experience to your characters, and eventually it will give you more resources. It will give you more credits, more gems, more of these resources that you use to upgrade your characters, like coins and the reforges and the experience capsules and stuff. So this is what you need, exactly, to be precise. This is exactly what you need in order to improve your account, your roster, and your level of your account, your characters. So this is what you need. So this is the most important tip. It might sound a little simple and it might sound a little easy. Yes, it is easy, but it's also very important to do that. You just cannot just say that, yeah, I'm going to play the objective, I'm going to complete the objectives, but at the end you don't. That's not going to work out. If you want to improve your roster, if you want to improve your account, you will have to complete the daily objectives every single day. Okay, now moving on to tip number 2 is, it's also equally important. All these tips are going to be equally important, guys, so make sure that you follow all of them, and at the end of the video, I'm pretty sure you guys will understand what my point is in making this video. All right guys, so tip number 2, invest in the right characters. Okay, this is going to be the deciding factor on how fast your account will progress, or how good your account will be after 3 months or after 4 months from now. Okay, now the reason why I'm asking you to do this is because, now take a look at this. This is not a pro account. Okay, the reason why I'm making this video on my second account is to show you guys that this is a free to play account. I haven't spent a single money on this account. What I've done only is that I have spent my resources on the right characters. Now, King of Atlantis Aquaman, obviously a great damage dealer for beginners. Same goes for Batwoman the Drowned. Heartbreaker Harley Quinn, again, she's a really good damage dealer. Okay, and these are the characters actually that I've spent most of my resources on. The other characters that I've spent my resources on are EPI. I've spent some resources on Batman Ninja, Catwoman. You will not see any big legendary characters over here. Yeah, there is Arkham Knight Batman, there is Darkseid, but these are not that great legendary characters. Yes, there is Batman Ninja Gorilla Grodd as well, but initially, as a beginner, if you have stuck with your account's progress, or if you don't know what exactly to do, which character to build, make sure that you follow this. Okay, you need to only work on those characters which will help you in the long run, like the damage dealers and the characters, those characters that will support your damage dealers in order to increase the damage. So let's say, for example, King of Atlantis Aquaman. After you're done building King, if you are looking forward to build a support character, then work on Shazam. In order to make sure that Harley Quinn does optimal amount of damage, you need to work on EPI. Okay, in order to make sure Batman and the Drown get an increase in the hazard damage, then you need to work on John Stewart Green Lantern. Okay, so these are the characters that you need to work on initially. Okay, you cannot just go and spend your resources on characters like Justice League Batman or Multiverse Green Arrow. By the way, the gears that I have for Justice League Batman, the reason why he is so higher in the order and in the roster is because that I've gotten his gears from the raid drops. Okay, you cannot work on Master Thief Catwoman, you cannot work on Emerald Green Lantern, you cannot work on any crappy characters. Okay, there are tons and tons of videos out there who will give you a pretty clear picture of which characters are going to be good for you and which are going to be really, really terrible for you. Okay, so this is going to be my tip number 2, to invest in the right characters. All right, guys, now tip number 3 is most importantly for all the beginners, okay, who are facing issues to defeat some difficult boss, or some difficult sub boss, or to do some decent damage in the league raids. Now, tip number 3 is you need to learn the advanced fighting skills. Now guys, the reason why we have this tip in this particular video is because that most of the beginners, basically, they die pretty quick. If you are in a fight, let's say against boss Robin King, you somehow manage to defeat all the other bosses and sub bosses in the normal mode. You finally reach fighting boss Robin, but if you don't know exactly how to do a right tag in, or if you don't know how to do a combo interruption, or if you don't know how to do a ghost tap, these are pretty basic thing for a pro player. But for a beginner, probably you guys might be hearing this name for the first time. Tag-ins, there are different type of tag-ins that you can do, in order to get optimal results. There is a ghost tap. Basically, I have made a video dedicated specifically to all these 3 advanced fighting skills. And there are many other things as well, like what time you need to swipe back, what time you need to do a special attack, what time that you need to do a super move. There are these all topics come under advanced fighting skills. Okay, I have made plenty of videos on these. If you just go and watch it on my channel, you will find them. Pretty sure you'll find them. Videos on ghost tap, videos on tag ins, videos on combo interruption. You need to learn that. And what will happen after that is that when you fight against a difficult boss, you will know exactly how to use these skills and eventually defeat that particular boss. And once you defeat that boss, obviously you're going to get rewards in terms of gems, in terms of a character himself. Maybe if you're lucky, you might end up getting a solo raid character, like a legendary character. It might come in it will come in handy in the arena and champions arena as well, in every game mode where you're actually going to fight. This is what you really need in order to you need to really upgrade your fighting skills. You just cannot do the random stuff that you do as a beginner for the whole time and expect that your roster is, or your count is going to improve. It's not going to happen. You have to upgrade your fighting skills, learn these advanced fighting skills, and believe me, it's going to help you out in the long run. All right, guys, now moving on to tip number 4. All right, tip number 4 is also very important, and the tip number 4 is never ever in your entire career of this game miss any solo raid pip or any league raid pips. Okay, now if there is a kind of an emergency, obviously I'm not asking you to go and play it, like I'm not like asking you to take a hunt, someone to take a hunter behind you and ask you to play all the pips. It's not like that. Okay, but you should always focus on not to miss any of these solo raid pips and the league raid pips. Okay, that is very important. Now what will happen is, now these solo raids, they eventually last for 2 weeks, a little more than that. Some solo raid are there for like 1 week or 8 days, something like that. The reason why I'm saying this to you is because if in case you miss 1 day, you're just not going to miss 1 pip, you're going to miss 6 pips. And in those 6 pips you can actually defeat a complete tier. That's what I'm talking about. You can actually defeat a complete tier, and since after the update, we have all these 6 pips. You can just play all these 6 pips in one go. So that is nice. You just don't have to wait 3 pips in the morning and the 3 pips in the evening for that. But yeah, and apart from that, the league raids, the league raids don't come in every day. You have them like once in 3 days, depending on the size of your league and depending on the donations that they do. But what will happen is, if you miss 1 day, more specifically in solo raids, what will happen is that eventually your progress in that particular solo raid will get back by a lot. Okay, just think about it. one pip is six. I'm sorry, one day is 6 pips. Okay, if you're missing 6 pips, you're eventually missing a chance to probably defeat a main boss of that particular tier. And I know that there are people who are just like started playing the game and are complete beginner, but believe me, even if you don't feel that you can defeat the boss, just go and play those pips. Eventually at the end of the solo raid season, you will. Maybe it's going to take you one full day, like 6 pips to defeat one sub boss. It's fine. It's fine. You just go and play them. Okay, but make sure that you at the end of the season, you need to play all the pips. Okay, you need to play all the pips, you need to complete all the pips, and eventually you will see the progress with your solo raid event as well, and as well as in your account. So what will happen eventually is that you will get more rewards, you will get more resources like the reforges and the experience materials. I'm sorry, the gear upgrade material and stuff like that. Okay, and coins as well. And if you're in the normal mode, then obviously some gems too. All right, guys. So that was tip number 4. Never miss any pips in the solo raids and the league raids. All right, guys. Now moving on to the final pip, which will be equally important, as I said. Now, the final tip number 5, is to open the right chests. Now, there are a lot of people out there who will tell you, will give you tips on which chest is good, which chest is bad. I do that myself every 2 times in a week, where I basically, make a video on a chest that is currently there in the store, or a chest that is completely new to the game. I do that. But what you need to do, what do I mean by open the right chests? The most important thing that you need to understand is to understand at what level do you stand. If you are a beginner, if you are an intermediate player, or if you are a pro player. If you are a beginner, then the best chests for you will be those kind of chests where you can get a full character. Okay, make sure that you open those chests where you can get a full character. Now take a look at this chest, Joker League of Anarchy hero chest. This is probably the best chest currently in the store, and the reason why I'm going to ask you to open this chest is because, as a beginner, is because you're going to get a full character. Even if it's a 2-star character, if it's a 2-star Harley Quinn, it's fine. Probably you won't get a 2-star Harley Quinn, you will get a 3-star. But any of these characters as a beginner will be great, but some of these are crappy. Crappy like Sonic Black Canary won't do any good. Captain Cold won't do any good. Master Chief, Catwoman, Cheetah, these characters won't do any good for you. But characters like Black Adam, Atrocitus, Atlantean Armor, Aquaman in the beginning, Predator, Batman, obviously the LOA team, Jon Stewart, Green Lantern is a good support. EPI, Power Girl, Reverse Flash, Scarecrow, Silver Banshee, these are really good characters, and these are not shards. These are actually a full set of character, 3-star, 2-star character. Even some silver characters like Batman, Bane, Cyborg, Dr. Fate, obviously the best silver character, one of the best silver characters. These characters can help you out in the long run. All right, guys, so make sure that you focus as a beginner on opening those chests, which will give you full characters. Now, if you proceed, and if we talk about a player who is an intermediate player, let's say like they already have most of the gold characters, then they can go for these chests like the gear chest if you don't have the gears, or let's say even if you all have all the gears, you can then go for the legendary chests that we have, like the legendary chest for Deathstroke, legendary chest for Black Manta, Raven. Raven is probably the first character that you need to unlock, after you get all the gold damage dealers in line. So, and then after that, if you are a pro player, if you're a pro player, then I think you can go and open any of these chests, which you feel like, because if you have all the characters, eventually you're a pro player, then you need to focus more actually on upgrading your current characters, like your current legendary characters, get them to 7 stars, get them to 6 stars, 5 stars. Eventually they will do, they will eventually increase your progress and increase the damage that you're going to do in the raid, solo raids, arena, and champions arena. All right, guys, so that was tip number 5, open the right chests. All right, guys, so if you have any questions or anything else about the video, please let me know in the comments and I'll be more than happy to answer it to you. All right, guys, so thank you for your time once again, and you guys have a great day ahead. Take care of yourselves, be blessed, and stay safe. Have a good one once again, guys. Bye bye.